Have you ever had a day where everything seemed to fall apart? You started with big plans, high energy, and then, boom, life threw something at you, and suddenly you feel like you're back to square one. The truth is, even the strongest people face setbacks. The Bible doesn't ignore that. It actually prepares us for it. And today, we'll talk about what Scripture says about bouncing back when life knocks you down. Sometimes we think, if I just stay disciplined and pray hard enough, everything will go smoothly. But the Bible reminds us life isn't always that simple. Ecclesiastes 9:11 says, "Time and unexpected events happen to us all." Maybe you faced illness, job loss, or personal struggles. Proverbs 24:10 adds, "If you lose heart when times are tough, your strength is small." It's not condemnation, it's just reality. Even Bible heroes had moments of exhaustion and weakness. Remember when the disciples fell asleep while Jesus prayed in Gethsemane? Matthew 26:43 says, "Their eyes were heavy." They were human, just like us. Here's the good news. Falling down doesn't mean you failed. Proverbs 24:16 says, "The righteous may fall 7 times and rise again." Think about that. God expects His people to stumble sometimes. What matters isn't the falling, it's the getting back up. When you rise again, you're showing God your faith isn't fake and your trust in Him is real. How to respond when life knocks you down? 2 minutes. So how do we rise after a bad day? First, be honest with God. Tell Him how you feel. King David often poured out his heart in the Psalms when life felt overwhelming. Second, focus on small steps. You don't have to fix everything in one day. Sometimes getting up and praying is already a victory. Third, remember God's timing. Galatians 6:9 says, "If we don't give up, we will reap a reward at the right time." Why Jehovah delights in your efforts. Here's something encouraging. Every time you refuse to quit, you make God smile. Micah 7:8 says, "When I fall, I will rise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light." God sees your fight to keep going. He values your effort even when the progress feels slow. Final encouragement. If you've had a setback recently, maybe with your faith, your goals, or your personal life, don't count yourself out. The Bible doesn't call for perfection. It calls for perseverance. Get up, keep going, because every step forward tells God you trust Him, and He promises He'll never leave you alone in the journey.